In this episode I'm talking about the BMW X6, the Audi RS7 gets an update, the Mercedes GLA goes to the Brabus factory, we have the Toyota GT86 that get the Cosworth treatment, we have a Mini that has too many doors, and Subaru that is just breaking records. Welcome you guys to this week's Traffic Light News, where I have taken the last 2 weeks of car news, chosen the best articles and lined them up for you in this episode. So let's get started with the green light news. So our first article this week is from BMW, because after the new X4 and X5 models, the X6 has been revealed. The X6 takes a lot of styling cues from the X5 and X4, no surprise there. And it has, just on the side, you have like an air curtain for better airflow and a new styling cue above the rear wheel with like a new float to it. Looks pretty good. On the inside it's completely the same of an X5, just the trunk space has been increased to 1525 liters, which is a lot. You can put a lot of in there. Then BMW claims this car is bigger, no surprise there, stronger and more efficient than the last model, but the efficiency will depend on its engines, and I think they will need to prove their point, because this car is released with the xDrive 50i, which is a 5 liter, we have the xDrive 30D and the M50D. So I don't think that those big engines will be really efficient, but yeah, I could be wrong. And in a later stage they will add two other engines, which is the xDrive 35i and the xDrive 40D, just so you have a bit more engine choices and you don't really have to go for a big lump of an engine if you don't need it. Then it's time for Audi. Audi has given their A7 a few updates, a facelift in recent weeks, and now the RS7 is getting the same treatment, so we can expect the new grille, the one-piece grille from the Audi TT with the cut-off corners. We have new headlights, new tail lights that are like styled after Lamborghini tail lights. Looks pretty cool. Then we have a few new body colors available, which are 3 shades of gray and like a blue color. Then on the inside we have a new instrument cluster and an improved infotainment system. Under the hood it all stays the same with the same 4 liter V8, but yeah, there's no complaining with 560 horsepower in that car. Then for the last German auto manufacturer in this traffic light news, we are going to Mercedes, because the GLA has gotten the Brabus treatment and it looks pretty cool with all these silver accents around the bumpers and the wheels. I gotta say, love the styling. But what else can we say about the outside? What is new? We have new 18 to 21 inch wheels. We have in the rear a new diffuser, a new spoiler and 4 exhaust pipes. And then we have the tuning bit, of course. You have 2 options with this Brabus car. Either you go higher or you go lower. If you want to go full SUV and take the higher kit, they will increase the height of the car with 30 millimeters, and otherwise if you want to go lower, they put it on sports suspension and set it 25 millimeters lower than normal. Then engine wise you have 2 options. The CDI 220 engine from Mercedes is tuned to 210 horsepower and 410 newton meters, so that's 40 horsepower more and 60 newton meters more, and it will go from 0 to 100 in 8.0 seconds, and it was 8.3 for the standard model, so it's a big increase. Then if you want to go full out, you can go for the Power Extra CGI B45 package, which actually is the AMG engine from the GLA. AMG that it has been pumped up to 400 horsepower and 500 newton meters of torque, so again an increase of 40 horses and 50 newton meters, and the difference is 0.4 seconds from 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 kilometers as we say it over here. And that was the Mercedes GLA. So after all that German news, we're going over to Ford, because Ford has unveiled this Fusion, or as we call it, Mondeo concept. This Fusion has lost 363 kilograms and it weighs as much as a Fiesta now, which I think is pretty cool. So they did this by fitting carbon fiber wheels, aluminium brake disc, replaced all the windows for polycarbonate ones, made the chassis out of special materials, and they wanted to do this to give us a look at the future, how light you could make a car so you could fit a smaller engine, so you could be more efficient and pollute even less in the future. Gotta say, looks pretty good, but I think it's not gonna be for tomorrow. They're not gonna produce it in any recent years, purely of the prices of carbon fiber and such materials. But it's a pretty cool look at the future, and I really like the concept they have. So to finish off the green light news of this week, I want to congratulate Subaru on the breaking of the world record at the Isle of Man track. They did this in a WRX STI Subaru with Mark Higgins behind the wheel. He broke the records, not with a second, but with 30 seconds. It was 19 minutes 22 seconds with an average speed of 160 miles an hour, or I think that's about a little less than 200 kilometers an hour. And I gotta say, that's pretty fast for an average. The only thing that they modified, so it wasn't a stock car. They had to fit a roll cage, and then they adjusted the car with new springs and dampers and a straight pipe exhaust and a new intake. So yeah, it's not a completely stock car, but to know that you have a platform that can do that with a Subaru is pretty cool. And I gotta say, I just love the new Subaru. It looks really great. And yeah, congratulations Subaru on your win. Then on to the orange light news of this week, and Mini is again the only brand in this segment, because this week they unveiled a 5-door hatch version of their most popular model. It's a practical car. That's the only thing you can say. It has been lengthened again with 16 centimeters. The car, it has become a bit wider again. This car is just growing out, and Mini is, like I said last week, Mini is treading between sub-brand and full brand on its own with a full lineup. And with this 5-door, I'm gonna say Mini is a full brand on its own. Sorry BMW, it's not a sub-brand anymore. You're making too many freaking models. So yeah, who is gonna buy the Mini hatch? All the moms with little kids are gonna love this car, if you ask me, because it's a really practical car. But all the purists are gonna hate it because it's not a 3-door hatch anymore, and Mini is making too many cars, too many different models. And I'm gonna say, I'm staying with my statement, Mini should have stayed with the 3-door hatches, and they had the Countryman and the Paceman. The Countryman was their 5-door model, and now they have a 5-door hatch as well. So yeah, I'm really disappointed actually. But yeah, Mini has got to go forward, and if that's the way they want to go, I'm not gonna tell them what to do. So yeah, the 5-door Mini hatch. So after that Mini note, we are going over to the red light news of this week, and I have one article from Hyundai, and the only reason why it is red flagged by me is because the car is not going to be produced. I'm talking about the new concept car that they unleashed at the Busan Motor Show, and it's called the Veloster midship concept. And what they did is they took the Veloster, they put the 1.6 liter engine from the turbo version in the rear, where the rear back seats were, and they have given it rear wheel drive. So looks pretty cool, as you can see in the picture. It has 300 horsepower out of that 1.6 rear engine to rear wheel drive, and it's a Hyundai, so it's a practically good affordable car. So I gotta say, it's a shame that they're not gonna produce it, but now you know they have a concept like that, so maybe in the future we might expect a new Hyundai Veloster car, which looks like this. I want to drive it. Then we have the construction news of this week, and we are talking about the most favorite affordable sports car of the year, and it's called the Toyota GT86 Subaru BRZ or Scion FRS, so that model car. And the problem with the car was, it is a really fun car to drive, but it misses a bit of noise and it misses a bit of power. And now Cosworth has taken the car under their wings, and the stage 1 is completed. So what is the stage 1? The stage 1 is a new air intake, a new rear exhaust, free flow exhaust, and a remapped ECU, which results in 30 horsepower increase. So now the engine makes 230 horsepower, and that free flow exhaust makes an extra bit of noise, which I think everybody will like. But now, 30 horsepower isn't much, I can hear you guys thinking. But don't worry, this summer Cosworth has already announced that stage 2 and 3 are coming. So I'll keep you posted on how much power they will push out of the flat 4 2-liter engine. But for now I gotta say, 30 horsepower, not a bad start for a stage 1. So this will be the traffic light news of this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you on Friday for another vlog video.